right, guys, welcome back to Undisputed Interviews. Today, we are going to be breaking down Usman versus Buckley, UFC Atlanta, June 14th, the fight card, full fight card, break down predictions like we do every single week. Last week, we put it out on the video on Wednesday because I was lazy. Today, we're putting it out on Sunday, Sunday Fun Day, 1 week until I turn 18, so that doesn't even matter. So let's get into it. First fight, Vanessa Demopoulos versus Jamie Lynn Horth. All right. It's a good fight, good fight. Vanessa taking this just fought about a month, maybe 2 months ago. Didn't not that long ago. She got the decision win. She's 36 though. Horth is 35. Vanessa is 11-7. 7-11. Haha. No, I'm playing. Jamie Lynn Horth is 7-2. We just fought Miranda Maverick, who is the co-main event on this card. I like Demopoulos. She's funny. I think she's got some personality. But I'm going to go Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. Maybe even TKO, but I'm going to say 30-27 decision. Vanessa has very sloppy striking and an okay ground game. She's pretty decent, she's not that bad. But Jamie Lynhorth, I think, does have some potential. Maybe can get into that top 11, 12 of the 125-pound division. This is at 125 pounds. If she really commits. She's 7-2, not that bad of a record. And I think she's going to be able to come in here, control the distance, control the grappling, and stick the 1-2s on Vanessa, have a pretty good head movement, be able to kind of shut down everything Vanessa does over the 3 rounds. Maybe Vanessa gets 1 or 2 takedowns. She lands like an okay shot that, catches the attention of Lindhorst early. But I think as the fight goes on, Vanessa, she does tend to slow down. Sometimes her last fight, she was able to pick it up the later the fight goes, but her early UFC career, she slowed down. And I think Lynn Hortz is going to be able to come in here, put pressure on her, keep the boxing sharp, keep the kick sharp, maybe even catch her with an overhand that drops her early or like middleway through the fight that completely just shuts down Vanessa, and she gets tentative throughout the rest of the fight. So yeah, give me Jamie Lindhorst 30-27 decision. Comes in here, puts on a beautiful performance, and then is 1 or 2 fights away from a ranking. So Jamie Lindhorst is the decision, or decision is the take. Prediction, whatever. Second fight, my dog, Phil Rowe versus Angie Lusa. A lot of people are picking Angie Lusa. I'm not. I'm a big Phil Rowe believer. I believe in Phil Rowe, and he's going to come in here and get a decision win. I'm going to say 29-28. Phil Rowe, he's pretty good at starting. He's got really good cardio. He's got some clean boxing, some clean kicks. I think the not the worst part, but the part that he struggles with the most sometimes is the clinching and the grappling. But I think he's gonna be able to come here. Angelusa isn't that tall. Phil Rowe is very tall and very rangy. Stick the jab, come in with the overhand. Lusa tries coming in, elbows. I can see Lucy, getting some grappling on. Maybe Phil Rowe, he's coming off a couple losses. Maybe he's like, all right, I need to stay sharp. Doesn't do that much in that first round. Angel Lucy gets takedown, controls the round. Phil Rowe loses that first round and realizes, okay, I need to come in here. I need to take these next 2 rounds. I need to get the kicking going, the leg kicks, the teep kicks, keep the 1-2s. If he comes in, knees, elbows, uppercuts, those short shots. Maybe Lucy comes in here, Rose the second round, third round, shoots a takedown. Rose stops it, gets him to clinch, lands a knee to the head, wobbles Lusa. I know Lusa just fought Gabriel Bonfim. He had a pretty okay performance. I think Bonfim clearly won that fight though, and he did. So I think Phil Rose is gonna come in here, get an upset. If you look at the not the betting odds, but predictions on what's it called, Tapology, 61% of people think Angelusa is coming in here to win. I'm with the 39%. I believe Philip Rowe is going to come in here to get a comeback win, get back in this win column, and once again start moving towards the rankings. Just be able to work him better in the clinch, be able to stick him with the boxing pretty good. And I think Lusa could definitely will challenge him, though. I mean, Philip Rowe, it's been about a year. It's been over a year. He fought Jake Matthews. He's a pretty damn good fighter, a veteran of the UFC welterweight division. And Phil Rowe got a 29-28 decision loss, but he still brought in there. He clipped Jake Matthews a couple of times and had a pretty decent performance. I know Phil Rowe got stunned in that fight as well, a little bit, but I think he did pretty good against Jake Matthews, who we see is on a run right now. So give me Phil Rowe by decision, 29-28. UD, maybe split, depending on what the judges see. Judging has been a little weird, as we just saw last night in past UFC cards. So give me Phil Rowe by decision. Third fight. This is a really good fight. Ricky Simone versus Charles Jourdain. Jourdain, 1-0 in the bantamweight division. fought in Canada, got a submission win. And Ricky Simone fought in February, Seattle. He fought in Seattle in February. Got a brutal KO win over Javid Bashrat in round one. Simone was an underdog in that fight and really showed out. He's been ranked at bantamweight. I love both men. I love Charles Jourdain. He's put on some banger fights with Jean Silva, with Shane Burgos, with, oh my gosh, what's his name? Nathaniel Wood. He's put on some damn good fights. He's really showed out. Rick Simone, he's been in the bantamweight division. He's been in that top 15. He's fought Song Yudong. He's fought Javid Bashrat. He's fought the top guys. Not the top guys. Vinicius Oliveira he fought, who's on a run. Dang, I think this is a 50-50 fight. But I think I'm going to have to go Ricky Simone. Charles Jourdain, I'm a big fan of him. I would love to see him get an underdog win. I will be so happy if I'm wrong. But Simone is been at 135 his pretty much his entire career. And George Jourdain got a nasty submission guillotine. I think if Jourdain is going to win, it's going to be Ricky Simone should take down, gets caught in the guillotine, and gets tapped out. But Simone also got some nasty submissions. And I'm going to say Ricky Simone comes in here and gets a decision win 29-28, maybe even 30-27. He's just able to, he's losing the stand up. He's losing the stand up a little bit, but on the takedowns, Simone's able to get a couple takedowns, control Jourdain in the clinch and then on the ground. Jourdain fights back to the feet, clips Simone. I could even see Jourdain catching Simone clean, knocking him down, and then raining down ground and pound and then getting reversed position. Now he's on the bottom early in the fight. But I think this is a 50-50 fight. Jourdain's a plus 140 underdog. I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm picking Simone. I'm going to bet Charles Jourdain money line. I believe in Charles Jourdain. I believe he can be ranked. I believe he can be a top 10 fighter. I believe nobody else thinks this. I don't think. I believe he can become bantamweight champion. Straight up. I think Jourdain is one of the most underrated fighters at the UFC level. And if he wins, I will be so happy. Love Jourdain. Jourdain, I'm a big fan. But he fought Victor Henry, had a great performance on the feet, and got the submission. Victor Henry coming off a win a couple weeks ago, like a month or two ago. He fought on the Justin card. But I just have to go with Ricky Simone. He's been at bantamweight. He's fought some of the top dogs. Song Yadong's in like the top 8. Vinicius fighting Colin Phillips. That's a ranked fight. That's happening. So I have to go with Ricky just based off experience, based off what I've seen at bantamweight from Ricky and what I've seen at bantamweight from Charles Jourdain. So give me Ricky Simone, 29-28 decision. Razor close fight, but Ricky toughs it out. Just able to use the bantamweight experience to get the win. Shout out Charles Jourdain, though. Next fight 4. Cody Durden versus Jose Okoye. Oh, wow. Chewy is the favorite. He's 7-1. I believe he just fought Loner Kavanaugh in China back in November. I believe that's what that is. Yeah, he's a slight favorite. Let me check. Yeah, he just fought Loner. He put out a great performance. Durden. He just lost his last fight to Joshua Van, who we just saw dog walk Bruno Silva and get around 3 KO. And Durden survived all 3 rounds with Joshua Van, got lit up on the feet, won't lie. Didn't have the best performance. I'm going Cody Durden. I'm actually going to go Cody Durden by submission. First finish of the card. I think on the feet, Okoye will have a slight advantage. Not slight. I think he will have the advantage. I think he'll be able to piece up Durden for some of the parts on the feet. But Durden's right outside the top 15. He's beaten Matt Schnell, who's a veteran of flyweight, who fought Davidson Figueiredo. So that's a good win from Durden. Sorry, I had to cough. But Durden is 34. Okoye's 24. He's like pretty much a decade younger than Durden. A little less, or yeah, a little older than, I don't know. He's a decade younger, nonetheless. I'm not trying to be mathematical with it. But I think Durden's going to come in here. I see this happening. First round, Durden's, trying to be defensive. Second, barely lose that, and I think maybe even gets the better with the calf kicks and the body kicks on Okoye. Second round, Durden starts getting a little overconfident on the feet, clipped on the chin, dropped. Okoye starts raining down ground and pound. Durden's able to catch the armbar, catch the guillotine. Okoye just gets caught in the submission. Not a fluke, but a slick submission that Okoye didn't see coming. And he taps. Durden gets that comeback win in round 2 by submission. Armbar, guillotine, triangle. Something like that. Something off the bottom where Okoye's raining down ground and pound. Durden's able to catch a limb, catch a neck, and get the submission win. Maybe an arm triangle, like a triangle choke in with the arm bar, kind of what Patty Pimblett did to Bobby Green. So give me Cody Durden by submission. I think Cody Durden's pretty good. Cody's also pretty good. I think he can definitely do some bright things at UFC, but I think he's going to become 0-2 in the promotion. So give me Cody Durden. On to the main prelims. First fight, Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Motino. First of all, welcome back to the UFC, Chris Motino. He put up a great performance against Sean O'Malley. He got his ass beat, but he showed really good durability. He's fighting Malcolm Wellmaker, undefeated, coming off a first-round KO of Cameron Simon back in Kansas City on the Ian Machado versus Carlos Prates card. Motino, I believe, is 5-0, maybe even 6-0 outside the promotion, with mostly finishes. Really showing, hey, I can still do some good shit in MMA or good stuff. Excuse me, but really, it's just showed, hey, I still have some hype. I still have some really good potential in MMA. Unfortunately, I am going to pick Malcolm Wellmaker by KO. Malcolm Wellmaker, he got 50 Gs in his first UFC fight performance bonus, brutal KO over Cameron Simon. And I think this is going to be a standing fight. I think this is going to be a war. I think both men are going to clip each other, hurt each other, maybe even wobble each other. But I think eventually Malcolm Wellmaker is going to get the distance, get the timing, get everything that he needs. And then Mutino starts getting ahead, starts landing the body kicks, landing the 1-2, the hooks. Malcolm Wellmaker, showing some adversity, seeing some adversity in the UFC. Motino tries to misses a punch. Wellmaker pull back, bing on the chin, bing lead hook, drops Mutino. Mutino covers up, and Wellmaker gets a KO. Round 3, I believe. I think it would be a really close fight, honestly. I could even see a world where Chris Mutino's up 2 rounds. It's 1-1 for sure, but Mutino might be up 2 rounds. Malcolm Wellmaker's starting to, see, okay. UFC guys have some good hype. I need to up my game a little bit. I need to use grappling more, and he just catches the counter shot, 2-3 on the chin. Mutino drops, ground and pound. Mutino tries rolling over, but he just Malcolm Wellmaker falls onto the back, keeps up the ground and pound, and gets the stoppage win. He goes 2-0, and hopefully, I would hope if Chris Mutino loses, he does not get cut because he is really good, and I think he still is UFC level. But I gotta go Malcolm Wellmaker. He's really good. I think he's really underrated. I think he has a bright future at bantamweight. But so yeah, give me Malcolm Wellmaker by round 3 KO. Next fight, Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. Weird matchmaking to say the least. I think Chiesa should be fighting someone right outside the rankings, and he's fighting an old dude. I mean, they're both old. Chiesa's 37, and Court McGee's 40, but Court McGee's a big underdog, plus 250. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I'm gonna go Chiesa by submission around 1. Court McGee, I think he's okay. I think his time is definitely coming to an end in his career. He's 40. He's looked okay. He's looked decent, but nothing too okay, like too decent. And Kiesa's coming off a win over Tony Ferguson. Again, also not the last win. That was in August. But Kiesa's pretty good. I think Chiesa is going to win this fight by submission, probably like a rear naked choke. Court McGee overextends on a punch. Michael Chiesa takes a double leg, gets to the back, rear naked choke towards like the middle part, end of round 1. Court McGee taps out. And Chiesa gets another rear naked choke round 1 submission, another quick submission win, and hopefully he comes back for one more fight. I saw Gilbert Burns call him out. I think that's an okay fight. I think that's a pretty good fight. Burns is still pretty high up in the rankings. Me personally, I would say maybe someone like Colby, but I even believe that's higher in the rankings. I know Chiesa wants the Colby fight. Kevin Holland now wants the Colby fight. So maybe Chiesa fights Gilbert Burns. I think that's a pretty good fight. You do it around September, October, November. Maybe you do it on the MSG card November, feature prelim Burns versus Chiesa. But yeah, I think Chiesa's going to come in here, put on a damn good performance, and get a round 1 submission. Shout out Court McGee, still going strong at 40, but I don't see him doing too good in this fight. So give me Michael Chiesa. Next prelim. Paul, I believe this is the featured prelim, by the way. Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. This was supposed to happen supposed to happen like 3 weeks ago or something. A couple weeks ago. It got canceled. Day of, Bellato had pneumonia, he had herpes. That's what he had. He had herpes. They called it off for whatever reason. Bellato's still a big favorite, and I'm gonna do this quick. I think Bellato's coming in here and KOing Paul Craig round 1 or 2. Paul Craig moving back up to light heavyweight. He was at middleweight. He's not. Yeah, he cannot do middleweight. And I think he's having a tough challenge coming back up to light heavyweight. But Bellato's coming off a draw against Jimmy Crute. He almost got KO'd in round one, but came back and won the last 2 rounds. And then boom. So he got 10-8 in that first round too, which is crazy. But I think Bellato's going to come in here, chew up the calf. Paul Craig's going to just not be able to really strike with him. Eventually he'll get clipped. He's 37. He needs to retire. He's about to get KO'd by Rodolfo Bellato. I think Bellato's pretty good. And then I think Bellato should get a ranked opponent. Light heavyweight is not stacked at all. It's very shallow. 1 or 2 wins, 1 or 2 okay wins. Maybe he needs one more win to get a ranking, but yeah. Quick, Rodolfo Bellato by KO round 1 or 2. Just brutally KOs Paul Craig. Paul Craig goes down either excuse me, either clearly or Rodolfo Bellato falls up with some mean ground and pound and gets the stoppage win. So give me Rodolfo Bellato. Next fight, I actually don't know when the main card starts. Oh, okay, this is the main card. Oh, wait, okay. I think this is the feature prelim. I don't know, bro. Tapology, you are not doing good with this. Okay, this is the main card opener. Okay. Alonzo Menifield versus Umar Sy. Alonzo Menifield is number 15 in the world. Sy fighting for a ranking. He's undefeated. He's a 4-1 favorite, and I agree to that. Oh, he's minus 480 favorite. Holy crap. I agree with that. I think Sy's going to come in here. I think he's going to be really competitive. Maybe Alonzo Menifield clips on a good shot, but like Sy's 11-0. Big favorite. Alonzo Menifield's 37. I think he's going to be pretty competitive on the feet. At some point, Sy shoots for a takedown. And Menifield, I think, Menifield will still be strong on the ground. He'll be able to survive round 1. But early round 2, Sy, Alonzo Menifield circle around the cage. He puts his back to the cage. Sy clips the double leg. Hands are locked. Takes him down. And eventually gets like an arm triangle decision or arm triangle submission. And Alonzo Menifield is outside the top 15. Maybe even retires. I don't think so, though. I think he's pretty okay still. But yeah, I think Sy moves to 12-0. Gets an arm triangle submission round 2. Alonzo is just trying to survive. Tries doing something where his arm's like this and gets locked up in the arm triangle. And eventually, I think he actually gets put to sleep. I don't think he'll tap. I think he just gets put to sleep. Choked out cold. So Umar Sy is the official pick. He will move to 12-0 by submission in round 2. Next fight, I don't know why this is on the main card. Cody Brundage versus Mansour Abdul Malik. Brundage coming off a round 1 KO win. Abdul Malik coming off a round 2 KO win. Malik he's 8-0. He's a minus 420 favorite. And I agree. I think Malik by KO. Round 1 or 2. I think probably round 1, honestly. Cody Brundage has a pretty okay chin, but we've seen him get hurt plenty of times. He's 31. He's 11-6. Malik is really good in the clinch. Huge clinch knees and elbows, knees of the body, all that good stuff. So I think Cody Brundage comes in, Mansour defends, gets him the clinch, lands a big knee to the head, and Cody Brundage drops. Malik, he has vicious ground and pound too, rains down bombs from hell on Cody Brundage, and Cody Brundage just can't survive. I think middle round 1. Maybe Cody Brundage clips with a lead hook and then tries following up, gets put in the clinch. Yeah, some knee to the body. He tries breaking, lands and Abdul Malik lands a knee to the head on the way out, and Brundage drops down. Tries skirting the cage, but Mansour's just on the back and raining down. Very strong ground and pound and gets the round 1 stoppage. So I think Mansour Abdul Malik moves to 9-0 with a round 1 KO win over Cody Brundage. Fight number 10. Cody Garbrandt versus Rony Barcelos. I think this is a 50 fight. Rony Barcelos coming off a win at UFC 311 over Payne Talbot. Nobody saw that coming. I thought he was going to go out there and get KO'd. He's a slight favorite over Cody Garbrandt. And I can definitely see him beating Cody Garbrandt. But I'm going to go Cody Garbrandt by split decision or maybe even unanimous. I think Cody he's a really good boxer. And I think he just has better wrestling than Payne Talbot. He's a pretty good wrestler. He actually has a wrestling backdowner, I believe. So I think if Rony shoots takedowns, he's going to be able to stop him, most of them at least, and be able to clip him and piece up Rony at times on the feet. So I'm actually going to go 29-28 decision for Cody Garbrandt. Maybe even a 30-27, depending how much wrestling Barcelos comes in using. And I think he's just going to be able to stick the jabs, stick the hooks, and really be able to show pretty good striking against Rony Barcelos for the decision win. Honey doesn't have bad striking either. He got some good leg kicks and some body shots, and he's pretty good boxing. But like the leg kicks, I think are really good. The calf kicks especially, and maybe even Cody uses some calf kicks back. But I see Cody being able to control it on the feet for the decision win. 29-28. Cody Garbrandt wins. Next fight, featured fight. Okay, Edmund Shabazian versus Armin Petrosyan. Petrosyan is the underdog. And I don't agree with that. I believe he should be the favorite. I think he's going to come in here and get a decision win over Edmund Shabazian. If Shabazian wins, it's going to be by round one KO. We all know he hits like a mother trucker in round one and gets a lot of round one KOs. But I think Petrosian is going to be able to show some good striking. He's coming off a couple wins, I do believe. I do believe he won his last one. I forget who he fought, but he had a good performance, I do believe. Rodolfo Villado. So he's coming off one win. Oh wait, yeah. He's coming off three wins, two by decision, and one. Excuse me, all three by decision. But he beat Rodolfo Vieira. Excuse me, jeez, Rodolfo Vieira by decision, who I believe also beats Edmund Shabazian. I think he could submit on Edmund Shabazian. So I think our Patricia is going to be able to come in here. I think Edmund starts loading a lot, gets taken down in round one, gets back to the feet towards the end of round one, and Petrosian just keeps him in the clinch and controls that. And we all know Edmund Shabazian starts to gas out the later the fight goes on. We all know that. He's 27, so he does have some time still in he has a lot of time left in MMA. But round two, Shabazian starts to slow down because the grappling did kind of wear on him. It's a proven fact. When he starts to grapple, he loses a lot of energy. And Petrosian, excuse me, starts sticking the jab, starts sticking 1-2 to the body, one to the head, two to the body, lead hook, two. Just starts sticking the shots on him in the boxing, gets the takedowns throughout the rounds, and gets a 29-28, maybe even 30-20 decision, 30-27 decision for Armin Petrosian. He moves, he gets 4 wins in a row, and maybe he fights Bo Nickel. He should fight Bo Nickel next. If Armin Petrosyan wins this fight, him versus Bo Nickel on the December pay-per-view. Probably on the December pay-per-view. I like the featured prelim or something. I don't know. But I think Armin Petrosyan comes in here, wins a decision against Edmund Shabazian, and is now on a 4-fight win streak. So shout out Armin Petrosyan. Co-main event, Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. I saw Miranda Maverick fight at UFC Tampa. She's pretty good. She beat Jamie Lindhorst by decision. She's pretty good. The grappling is really good. But Rose is a former champion at strawweight. She's got some good wins at flyweight. And I think she's going to come in here and outclass Miranda Maverick for a 30-27 decision. Miranda Maverick's only 27. Rose is 32. She's not even that old either. But Rose has a lot of championship, a lot of 5-round experience. And I think she's just going to be able to put a pace on Miranda on the feet. Miranda's going to have trouble finding openings for takedowns. The leg kicks and the body kicks are going to be there for Rose. Rose stick that jab, and then sometimes stick the jab and follow up with the overhand or follow up with a hook to the body. Maybe Miranda gets 1 or 2 takedowns later in the fight, but I think Rose is going to be able to get her back to the cage, be able to hip escape, put the feet on the legs to push off, get into the sprawl, and be able to get it from there. I don't really see Rose having too much trouble in this fight. She's the top-ranked flyweight. Miranda is on the lower bottom of the top 15, trying to work her way up. But I think Rose Namajunas is going to come in here and get a pretty good decision win, 30-27 across the board against Miranda Maverick. But I think Miranda Maverick's going to have, just show, hey, I can still kind of hang with these people at the top. But yeah, give me Rose Namajunas. The main event, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Numanza Buckley. Joaquin Buckley's next for the title after Islam versus JDM. Joaquin Buckley is going to come in here and absolutely demolish Kamaru Usman by KO. Usman might start off a little strong. Buckley finding the range. Round 2 or 3, it's done. Usman's retiring. His career is over. I love Usman. I have so much respect for him. Buckley is going to KO Kamaru Usman, have a masterful performance, have one of the best performances of his career, gets the biggest KO win of his entire career. Come in here, lunging lead hook, kind of like he did to Stephen Thompson, drops Usman, and Buckley will rain down all of his energy, rain down hell to get Usman out of here the second he sees the finish. Of course, he'll take his time, but Usman has good wrestling, right? This is the best wrestler Buckley's ever fought. And I think Buckley might get taken out a couple times, but I think he'll be able to work his way up. Buckley's really underrated wrestling. And Usman has good boxing. I think he'll first round he'll be able to stick Buckley, land some knees in the clinch. But once Buckley gets that timing, you're done, Usman. Usman might be able to survive a little bit in the fire. Maybe there's one or two parts where they just exchange hooks, and Usman might maybe get the better one time. But other than that, I think Buckley will be able to control the striker with the body kicks, the knees, the the elbows and close. Excuse me. And I got a little cough, but for this main event, it's 5 rounds. We've never seen Buckley go 5 rounds. We've seen Usman go 5 rounds with little or no problem. So, but I just don't think it hits the championship rounds. I think Buckley gets him out of here by KO, lunging lead hook, or maybe even just a big overhand as Usman's coming in, drops Usman. Buckley follows up for the TKO, ground and pound TKO win. And Buckley will I don't know. Buckley will be next. Winner of Jack Della versus Islam later this year will fight Joaquin Buckley for the title early next year. May if JDM wins, probably December. But I think Joaquin Buckley is going to KO Kamaru Usman and be next for that world title fight. Buckley deserves it. Buckley's earned it. He's undefeated at welterweight. He KO'd Stephen Thompson. He dominated Nursultan Ruzaboyev. He TKO'd Luque. He TKO'd and dominated Colby. He got a brutal head kick KO in his debut. He 30-26 Alex Morono. He's dominated and been so impressive at welterweight. Joaquin Buckley is the future champion come 2026. Buckley's getting the belt. Let's go. Joaquin Buckley's KO Kamaru Usman. That's the first step. Next step's title. Joaquin Buckley by KO round 3, I'm going to say. But yeah, that is my official predictions for UFC Atlanta. Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. Full fight card. Thank you for watching. If you have predictions, let me know in the comments, whatever. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the people that have been joining the lives. Sorry I'm not going live. June 21st, we will be back. So I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 interviews in this week, depending. A little busy this week, but I'll try my best. So at least one. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know your predictions in the comments, and appreciate it.